great product, fantastic marketing. I love the way they sell you something extremely basic with no bells and whistles on it, and then they don't even have to talk to you about what bells and whistles would you like. You know what you want, and you spend a shitload on the bike, and then 2 minutes later another shitload on all the parts and accessories. So I would rate it from my perspective above the other brands, and it's not such a technically good bike as the others. It probably doesn't ride as well in terms of an absolute motorcycle ride as well as the others, but it's when you get on it, you just feel freedom. You just sort of soak up the atmosphere and what that brand delivers. And I think what they do is they deliver a great sort of promise around this delivers you freedom. So that's what it does for me. It's freedom. Great way to escape. It's perceived quality product. It's quite unique, and it's steeped in sort of history and mystique almost. So one of the things at Harley is a huge sort of blog community and lots and lots of internet forums where people tend to congregate and talk about the brand, and a lot of that's positive, but also a lot of it's negative around problems and issues. And in the last few years, it's actually highlighted a major problem with one of Harley's engines, and it's the engine they put in the bikes, which are $60,000 and $70,000 a piece, where they're not constructed as well as they should be. And the owners of these have actually sort of got together, and through these blog sites have actually forced pretty much Harley to acknowledge that there is a manufacturing defect in these bikes, and to do a recall on every one of these that has been made. And for a motor manufacturer, that is absolutely huge, especially as the labour involved to fix it is enormous. And although Harley haven't actually gone out and said we acknowledge there's a problem, they have sent every owner a letter to say if you have one of these, please return it to your dealer for some remediation work. Okay, so that's a pretty good question about what do you feel about the brand. So I think just a bit of context. I've had or owned probably 15 or 20 Harley Davidsons in my time, and if I go back to the very first one, it was it was always the bike you aspired to, no matter what you had, or what your bent was in terms of sports bikes or classic bikes. A Harley was always the one you aspired to. And getting your first Harley is just unbelievable. So you sort of get on it and it doesn't go, doesn't stop, doesn't sound great, but you love it all the same. So if I fast forward to today, I still think fantastic brand, fantastic quality, great mystique around the whole thing, absolutely steeped in history, which builds the brand. Probably quality of the motorcycle a lot better than it used to be. But I think now let down by the dealer network, probably certainly in Australia, and I would suggest worldwide, where the quality of the dealership doesn't necessarily reflect the quality of the motorcycle. The loyalty to the actual Harley Davidson accessories is enormous. Everyone can pick them a mile away. If you've got a bike which has been accessorised by an aftermarket sort of source, you can tell it at 50 paces. This is accessorised with Harley parts. You can also tell it 50 paces, and they've got a great way of actually saying, here's a whole suite, and if you've ever seen the catalogue, it's 2 or 3 inches thick. And it's called the Harley tax because it actually keeps going. And you spend and spend and spend until you get something which is absolutely uniquely yours, but still basically Harley Davidson. And then once you've done that, you trade that one in and start the whole process all over again. And I think the other thing is the community that they've created around the whole motorcycle. So they have their own clubs, where you can go and join like-minded individuals and go and have a ride, no pressure, no hassle, and this whole sort of community that they've created around their brand. And what you get for that is a shitty book which has got no use at all, and a nice little badge which everyone pings on their chest. I think the other thing around the economic climate, Harley Davidson is I think suffering as much as anyone else in terms of where we are in the economic climate. In fact, that they are downing their production. One would hope they don't down their quality, because I think their quality is absolutely key.